All right, so we're back for our second segment, and we have our special guest host, Amy Bender. How you doing, Amy?
I'm doing good.
You're still here with
I'm
us?
still here.
So how are you liking it?
This is great.
So are you feeling this?
I am feeling this.
Okay,
yeah, this is fun.
so you might be on our roster for a permanent guest host stand-in.
Please consider me.
Okay, will do. Mr. Tariq, sir, how are you doing?
Doing great, and I'm enjoying it.
Okay, so we're about to get busy. So we're about to freestyle right now for this second segment, though.
Uh-oh.
All right, so we're going to go into part 2. So let's freestyle real quick. Let me turn this music down a little bit right quick, and we're going to freestyle. So we talked about a lot of stuff. Let's talk about future. Spice it up. Future Tariq. What can we expect from you in 5 years? So like what's your 5-year plan?
Fairbanks is so thin in finding an existing building.
Yes.
My plan for the future is, as of right now, I want to expand the food truck business.
Okay.
Like I mentioned,
A year-round food truck.
Year-round
Okay,
food
now,
truck.
so
or maybe I'll become a snowbird in January, February.
no, don't do that. No, don't. So allow me to digress, and I'm gonna give a shout out now, and we're also gonna have him on here too. But he also operates his food trucks year-round, and I'm gonna give a shout out to Miguel, the owner of the Fire food truck, right?
Yep.
So Miguel, he also operates his food truck, and so it takes a lot. And so I know him because I bought my '64 lowrider from him.
Oh.
And so I first saw it 3 years ago. I was on a military mission at Fort Greely, and I was rolling past going to Fort Greely, and it was parked on the side of the street. And I was like, I was like, whoa. Is that yours? Yes. And so I was like, you want to sell it? 3 years ago. You want to sell it? Nah. He's like, nah, I'm good. And so 2 days before my birthday this year, I got a phone call. Hey, man, you still want to buy that 64 Impala? Yes, I do. But so I just want to give a shout out to Miguel, Fire Food Truck, because he also does the year-round food truck thing, and I know it takes a lot of work. But let's get back to what we were talking about.
Before I forget about Miguel.
Yes.
He was one of the 2-3 food vendors who reached out to me after the fire.
Yes.
He's like...
he's a real one.
Yeah. His wife...
Yes.
They were like, hey, Tariq, we have an extra truck.
Oh, wow.
Use it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's Fairbanks, right?
Yeah.
That is so Fairbanks.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I was going through so much emotions, the insurances, our police and everything. I was like, yeah, I appreciate you guys.
Mm-hmm.
If I get to that point, I will definitely be asking for the truck.
Yes.
And they were like, anytime, just call us.
Nice.
Suka.
Yes.
James.
Yeah.
JD.
Yeah.
He used to work at Walmart back in the days.
Oh, really?
2009 or 10 something, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you guys all had the aspirations of one day we're going to own our own food spots and our own, like, stocking boxes at Walmart.
We hurt ourselves at Walmart.
Hey, look here. Hoping you didn't make the people of Walmart Facebook page.
No.
One day we're going to own our own food truck, Tariq. And I'm going to call it Suka's. And what's yours going to be? Spice it up.
When I was doing it, I was so excited. When I was at AT&T and got the truck and everything, I don't know, I'm just outgoing, personable guy. And at AT&T, these customers, we would talk and they were like, where are you from and what are you know? So I would say, hey, guess what? I'm bringing the food truck here. What's going to be the name? I swear to God, customers I didn't even know, or they would first move up here and, we would help them out.
Mm-hmm.
They would text me names to name the food truck Spice Peddler.
Spice Peddler?
Yeah, because of this, they would smell the food from the, they're like, so my associates would talk about my food and that he's bringing a food truck, and they would reach out to me, hey, I got some names. That's how Spice It Up, you know. It was
Spice Peddler.
Spice Peddler.
The
was
Spice Peddler.
And that customer even sent me pictures with a guy on a bicycle
Yeah.
with spices on his back.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good deal.
So
Okay.
in 5 years.
Yes.
Well, we're talking, so let me say it. I wanted to start a food truck franchise, my own. But after gaining some capital and buying some trucks, and then I can franchise it in Alaska.
Right.
We're Alaskans. So
Man, Anchorage would be a good market. Ooh.
it would be, but you gotta be all in.
Yeah.
They have
yeah,
different,
yeah.
codes and stuff. You gotta be there certified. You gotta have a warehouse if you're doing a 2-3 food truck operation.
Right.
Because of their population, I don't think you can just do everything from a food truck.
Right.
You gotta have a commissary.
Right.
And if you,
Yeah.
Anchorage is big.
So what I was thinking is like you're talking about getting a second food truck, possibly a third, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So you use a small building, really big walk-in fridge, and just prep area so you can prep everything.
That would be
Get your
ideal.
spices put together, send them all out. Do you ever look at the Sourdough Cafe?
Ooh.
Sam Sourdough?
Yeah, but
The one
down
University?
on
yeah,
University in
no, but they
College area?
sold it though.
Doyon,
Doyon.
bought it.
Yeah.
Like 6 months before the fire happened.
Yeah.
And I think they ripped out all the exhaust systems.
It still looks like it should be a restaurant.
It should be.
I'm like, this is killing me. Whenever I
was a-
pass by it, I'm like, oh, what a waste.
I love
It was
that
a staple.
place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fairbanks.
I used to go there for lunch.
Yeah.
When I was in high school.
Like we went there for breakfasts on
$5.
on Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
$5 for a whole
Exactly.
meal.
The other building, which was on sale, was the Pizza Hut on Airport.
Oh, yep.
Oh yeah.
And I always wanted a drive-through. That got sold 3 or 4 months before the fire.
yeah.
Great Harvest is in
Yeah.
there, right?
Great
You know?
Harvest moved in.
Actually-
Yeah, they did. They did.
Have you ever been to the garage?
The
liquor
shop?
store there on
Yeah,
College?
College, yes.
couple times.
I mean, I would say talk to him and find out how he built his place. Because,
That's kind of a cool
the
setup.
basic, like I say, he's got freezers in the back and all that. You could make it as a base for food trucks to operate out of, prep all the stuff, and you can have the drive-through
Oh
for
yeah.
like daily business time.
Oh yeah, that would be.
I'll get to that after having 2 or maximum 3 trucks.
Yeah.
I'll get to that.
Yeah.
I can,
But, but yeah, most I would say like ask him how he built the
Build it, yeah.
the building, like how he did the costs and all that. Because
Yeah.
I remember talking to him when he first opened up, and it took like 8 years for him to get that going.
Oh,
Really?
Good Lord.
Yeah, because like I remember when I first moved into my apartment, they were starting to build the building, and I drove by that place for 2-3 years, and there was nothing going on there. Then one day, all of a sudden, hey, there's a liquor store. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I remember that when it first opened. I'm like, oh,
But
wait.
yeah, basically he paid everything out of pocket, didn't take a loan out or anything, just slowly built
that's
it
where I
up.
want to get to.
And like I say, he's got a very nice facility for what he does. He's got a liquor store. These guys will standard liquors, wines, all that. These guys
Right.
walk-in freezer. Well, not freezer, fridge.
Sure.
So, I kind of got a little bored here back in 2011 because I didn't drink, I didn't hang out, go to friends' houses or anything. Everybody would invite me, but I didn't drink.
Right.
And if you go there, peer pressure, I was like, I
Yeah.
don't want to start it.
Right.
I went to, I was a cricket player back.
Okay. So let me just hit the pause button because you brought that up, and I want to interject. The podcast is called 36 to Podcast, and we have conversations over 36 ounces of, well, in my case, Jeff's case and Amy's case, it's beer. But we are not peer pressuring anybody into drinking alcohol. If alcohol is not your thing, we also have root beer that's available here,
Hop water.
and we have hot
Do they
water.
have it on tap at the moment? I don't think they have it on tap right now.
Oh, the hot water's not on tap?
No, I think they got it in cans. It's not their home.
Okay, well, but I mean, you can get it in cans, you can get it on tap, but you don't have to have a beverage that contains alcohol. All right, so it's not like so. I just want to make that clear. It's called 36 ounces. The podcast. We don't stipulate what that 36 ounces should be. So, back to your story.
Okay, so yeah. So I missed the food too.
Yes.
I didn't know how to cook. Sure, I would cook a hot dog for me or something.
Do you do you just cook just regular food, or is always some extravagant thing going on?
Now,
Yes.
yes, spices has to be involved in it. Not on a steak or a lobster or shrimp.
Yeah.
Shrimp, sure, I make tandoori style shrimp with my tandoori chicken spices.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
Right.
But other than that, just whatever the wife cooks, and we both just eat it. And
Nice.
I only eat once a day at home.
You what?
That's it. For the last 3 years or 4 years,
Is that because because I see you're dropping weight?
I am.
So is that purposely, or do you
I-
fast, or
3-4 years ago, I was borderline for pre-diabetic.
oh my goodness, you know what though? Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there because a lot of people have asked me why I don't post as many food reviews anymore, and so the thing about getting older, right, is like things slow down, right, and so I'm at 5.8 right now, and so I'm gonna post this because from this point, and yeah, look, I'm not gonna give up my beer, but I am gonna give up bread
I ain't
and
giving my
potatoes and rice. So starches. I'm gonna give up my starches, right? And so you said that. So I'm on that path now. Go ahead.
If you're not giving up beer, you're not giving up bread.
Come on, work with me, Jeff.
It's bread in a glass.
Work with me, Jeff.
Same ingredients.
But work with me.
There is water in it.
I mean,
It washes it out.
Exactly.
I mean, think about it. What's bread made out of?
Oh, see
flour,
there,
yeast.
see there. You see,
Yeah.
like man,
What's
don't be
beer
my
made of?
Debbie
Same
Downer,
thing.
man. Look here,
What
look
if you
here.
do sourdough?
It's like the whole joke about.
Oh, is sourdough better for you?
Sourdough's better for you.
I read
Oh.
that too.
But yeah, it's like the joke,
Better for your guts.
Yeah, cheese is basically, milk loaf.
So I can still eat. Okay,
And-
excuse me. I'm not trying to cut you off, but Amy. So I can still eat sandwiches with bread if I use sourdough bread.
I think it's better for you.
See,
You're
man.
gonna
See,
have to
man.
have
My
a
PA
bread.
didn't tell me this.
Or you could do it like
Well-
tortillas.
My PA was like, "You need to get rid of bread, no starches, no potatoes, no brown rice. Only
I
if
mean,
you're gonna eat
this
rice."
is my little armchair diagnosis. Okay. You know?
Hey, Tilden, I
That's
cheat
what I've heard.
once in a while at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Fresh naan in a tandoor.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to resist that and not eat them.
Okay, so let's get back to the story before we cut because we're just freestyling right now, baby. This is segment 2. We're just
Yeah.
freestyling.
So I go to Philadelphia.
Okay.
Because I was a cricket player back home, like I said, and all my
Wait a minute,
friends-
cricket player.
Yes.
You didn't even tell us that.
Yep,
So that's a whole nother episode right there.
I was big on. Well, I played all the sports, like soccer. I was
Look,
best inter college.
Cricket is
soccer.
dangerous, though. You get hit by that ball, it's like it could give you a concussion.
It's the
Oh,
same as
people have
baseball,
died.
man.
And people have died from it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
hitting
mean-
their head.
Yeah.
along,
Exactly. Oof.
Wasn't it last year that the U.S. just put together a cricket team?
Yes.
And they did
Yeah.
great.
Did
And
they,
Yeah,
did they
yeah.
beat
They
Pakistan
beat
or is it
Pakistan.
India? Yeah.
Pakistan. Pakistan is one of the big team. India,
I know
Pakistan,
that.
they're
Well,
big.
I mean, the whole reason they got the cricket was because, the British.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
started it.
Yeah.
So then my friends would call me like, "Hey, come here, we play cricket, man." And my dad would always push me, "Hey, find a league or something." I said, "It's America. There is no cricket here." And because I was in Alaska,
Yeah, exactly. You're like, what are you talking about? But what's that one, the one with the sweeping?
Curling.
Curling, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we don't know what cricket is, but if you want to curl,
Yeah.
you could go down there to the Carlson Center across the street.
It's down the street from Carlson Center.
so I go in and I'm like, "Sure, I'll play cricket and everything." And the first day I go, we're sitting. Everybody was like, "Oh, Tariq is here. Let's go see him and let's meet him," because it's been years I was here, and and they all gather up and they're like, "What are you gonna do here?" I said, "Well, my friends, they own 7-Elevens. Maybe I'll go with them in partnership or something." And then
But not to stereotype you or nothing.
Mega Indians.
Gandhi Mart.
It's all good. Keep on rolling, baby.
And then, so they were sitting and enjoying, and we were all doing the board games, and this guy, hey, that guy over there in the corner is selling a food truck. All right, my dad idea came in, and I'm like, let's talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, all right. The same day I flew down there. I wanted to see Philadelphia and Philly, Pennsylvania, and kind of move there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I buy a food truck the same day. I haven't seen nothing besides the airport and that apartment. I don't smoke weed, but that apartment was like 2 foot of smoke.
Yeah.
ceiling.
Yeah. You got contact high.
Yeah,
That
pretty
smoke was
much.
rising.
Buy the food truck the same night. Tomorrow morning, he's like, all right, this is the food truck.
Oh,
This is
you're
the
like, oh, I
garage."
bought a food truck?
Yeah. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to cook and everything? So I look at the other trucks. They're all chicken and lamb and falafels. And all right, what to do now? So the same thing I started doing here, a little bit of spices and everything.
Yeah.
And then the white sauce, the tzatziki, I looked up on YouTubes and stuff. And that cucumber and everything. I'm like, and I wouldn't have no customers.
Yeah.
Only the falafel was famous, and the falafel they used to make them, and we would buy it in bulk, like a bag.
Yeah.
And then you just scoop it out and fry it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because there's too many people who knows how to do that stuff. But still, I didn't have a lot of people, so I started playing with my food, and it's America. It's all about the sauce. I said, I got to do something with this white sauce.
Yeah.
Started playing cream, yogurt of different, like Greek is different than our Mountain High. And
Yes.
Keep going. I want to know the secret.
She's right in
I mean, I'm still curious how the tzatziki sauce came in because I'm pretty sure it's like Greek.
Greek.
There's like a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
chunk of land between Greece and Pakistan.
Yeah. We don't have Greek yogurt. We have, where I am from up north, natural yogurt. People have buffaloes and cows and stuff, and they make them and then they sell them.
Oh,
Local,
there's
no-
buffalo in Pakistan?
Yes.
Yeah, water buffalo.
Water buffalo, the biggest.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And their yogurt from a buffalo milk is way thicker than a cow's.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Butter out of it.
Oh,
Yeah, everything was natural back then.
Oh, wow.
But
Now I'm kind of curious what bison yogurt would be.
I was thinking about the butter.
bison and the buffalo, they're kind of in the same category,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.
Bison are more cows than buffalo are.
Let's call them a mix,
Yeah, but
maybe.
Oh, what about muskox? A muskox?
dude,
No? But yeah, but aren't they related to buffalo, right? No?
probably. I haven't really put much research into muskox, but there's so few of them.
Well, if you want to view some muskox, right down the street and up the road right
Yeah,
there
they
at
don't-
UAF, at the UAF campus. Shout out to UAF
Yeah,
and all
but
you
they
graduates.
got like what 10?
But still, you can view some muskox right there. I've seen the muskox.
I mean, it's a case of that's one of those things where
And my supervisor, Pat Lindy, he has hunted muskox, or somebody was gifting him some muskox, and he says that they're very good.
yeah, you
Oh.
get like one chance to hunt them in your lifetime
Yes.
Yeah.
because there's not a lot of them.
Yeah.
But it's a case of somebody could figure out a way to get them domesticated and raised in large groups.
Huh.
They could make a fortune because, well, according to some of our other friends that come here, the yarn you can make from muskox is like way better than any other.
I've heard that.
Oh
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
But
Very nice.
but it's a case of you got a creature designed to live in the Arctic region only.
Right.
So how do you get a farm with like 1,000 muskox up north of the Arctic Circle? How do
That
you
will,
feed that many
that would
birds?
be something for some of our farmer friends, and we're gonna have an episode one day with some farmer friends, and they're gonna sit here and explain that to us one day. Yeah, I'm gonna put that on my list. So if you're a farmer and you are interested in like muskox exploration and how to expand that field, yeah, we're gonna
Do
be
you-
reaching out to you.
Tilden, do you know the Midtown Meat Market guy?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I do.
They do all the stuff in Delta.
Yeah.
They have their own farms and stuff.
Exactly. We're gonna get them guys up here. Yeah, that will be an interesting conversation right there, I'm thinking. Okay, so let's get back to man, okay, so we talked about a lot of stuff. So what is the how far back can you remember in your childhood growing up? And up until let's say year 16, what was Tariq like between your first recollection of your childhood up until you were 16? What did that consist of?
One of the most stubborn kid,
Stubborn.
the most, my aunties and uncles in all the neighborhood, they give my example
Yes.
when their kids are doing something bad.
Okay.
Oh, look at Tariq. He's a gentleman now. Let them be who they are. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I would grab all the cousins and the childhood friends. I said, you guys cannot leave until we do this.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
we play this game. Or sand and little cars on the sand
What-
making.
Okay, now so
bridges.
were you saying that you were a bully?
I was a bully, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
When I was a kid.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
person I was.
I was pretty bad when I was a kid too. I thought I was a
you know
gangster.
that slingshot thingy? I would
Yeah.
have one right around my neck, hidden from my dad.
Yeah.
My dad was the only person I would be like. I couldn't do nothing when my dad.
Did
I
you
had-
get a lot of spankings growing up?
Yes.
You did.
from my dad?
Okay, so the Pakistani culture, you guys believe in spanking?
Till this day.
Amen.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Hey man, we need to bring spanking back, man. We need to bring it back,
God
baby.
bless my dad. But if
Bring
he
it
was
back.
still alive,
Yeah.
I still couldn't do anything.
Look, bro.
If
Okay,
he
so
spanked me right now, I'm
Look.
42, 43.
Man,
I
my-
would have said, sure, this is the other face.
look, man, my parents are still alive. My parents are still alive. And so like I have friends who post outlandish stuff on their Facebook pages, right? I can't do that because my mom will freaking still admonish me. And so I know that, right? So I don't get as crazy as I could get on my Facebook pages because in my mind I'm thinking, well, I'm going to get in trouble from my mom and dad, man. And I'm like 56 years old. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm still,
Yeah,
I still
that-
respect them like that.
It's that respect which came from in our generation. Mm-hmm. And we still have that.
Yeah.
We still respect our elders or parents. So that's how we grew up with.
Yeah.
And we are still of those thoughts.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I go home, not now because all the kids are growing and know me. Mm-hmm. One of my uncle told he has 4 sons, and cell phones weren't big when I first got here, and then cell phones came, and every kid has a cell phone. Mm-hmm. So they got so involved with the cell phones that when I go back after it got a little better, the situation back there, I couldn't go because of stuff. But,
Right.
Then when I went home, my uncle told his 4 sons that he's coming. Mm-hmm. You guys better stand up when he comes, shake hand with him, and But they didn't know this is me, and I go in, and my uncle just stands and hugs me and everything, and these 2 sons are on their phone still, like.
Who? Well, yeah.
And my uncle is like, I'm sorry to say this on this channel, but I
Yeah.
just spanked him through the other guy's
No,
phone away.
trust me, it's all good, man. This
My
is
uncle is-
look here, man. We believe in spankings on this channel right here.
My uncle is older than me, but
Yeah.
he was like, "Thank you, Tariq."
Yeah,
And he's like, "Didn't I tell you guys not to do this stuff when he's here?"
yeah. It's a whole new day and age of the upbringing and the kids that we're dealing with now. So just imagine. So these are things that we brought up with us over the last 20 or so years.
Yeah.
Imagine how crazy it's going to be 20 or 30 years from now and what the people are going to be talking about. So I remember back in 2025 when we couldn't like we had to put our phones down when a grown up talked to us. Now 30 years from now it's going to be like, man, yeah,
They
this
might
is
have cell phones in their glasses.
exactly.
That's where technology is moving. See, there's cameras in sunglasses.
Man, you know, I'm gonna tell you what. So
You've
what?
got a pair.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, the meta glasses. But you know, also I'm gonna tell you what blew my mind, and so I never even thought about this until I went to the class. So I was in a class last week in Alabama, and so it's a fiber optic repair course, and so we are all connected all across the globe through fiber optic cable. So there has been people laying fiber optic cable. If there's a fiber optic cable at your house and you live in Fairbanks, that same fiber optic network is the same fiber optic network that is available to people in Africa, in Europe, so there's enough fiber optic cable in storage that it will wrap around the world 10,000 times. I'm like, whoa. So there's that much abundance now of fiber optic cable. And so the person who figured out fiber optic and so we're just free flowing right now. It's got nothing to do about food,
Right.
but we're just free flowing. But the person who figured out fiber optic cable, you know how they figured it out? And it was the 1700s. There was a bucket of water, and they directed the sunlight into the top of the bucket of water, and they poked a hole in the bottom of the bucket of water, and as the water was flowing out in the stream, and as you put your finger through the water, you could see the light in the water. That's how they first figured out how ultraviolet rays and
Transmits and travels.
oh wow.
Basically, it's just Morse code.
Yes, exactly. And so that's what they did. I'm like, and this was back in the 1700s. But anyways, getting back to foodie stuff. Let's talk foodie stuff, bro.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Derek, does your wife
Are you
cook
writing
with-
my recipes? I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, I'm going to apply to work at so I can get in and get these recipes.
Exactly. We're going to backward engineer this. Hey, George, try this out. What do you think he put in these ingredients?
We cook a lot of Indian food at home, and it is like it's the most simple but most complex flavor profile. I feel like it's the same few ingredients, but it does not taste like yours. So
I fusioned it
yeah,
here.
yeah.
So when
Oh.
I first
It's
opened,
amazing.
I had biryani. Have you heard of biryani?
Love biryani.
Yes.
It's hot.
Yes.
I had palau.
I haven't tried palau.
There is raisins in it. There is dates in it.
I would like that, yeah.
There was coconuts in it. My curry and everything back home, they have cilantro in it. Heat, pepper,
Yeah.
But since the goal was to cook 10 pounds and fast service, faster than McDonald's, fresh from scratch. This customer comes, oh, do you have cilantro? Yes. Oh no, it gives me that soapy favorite. And I was in it. So
I love
much,
cilantro, by the way.
I
But
love-
anyways,
Me too.
I love cilantro.
Me too.
I took that off of all my items.
What?
Yeah,
a lot of people say it
There's
tastes
like-
like dishwashing soap.
that's
Well,
what people
that's
say.
the problem with cilantro is because there's a lot of people that, due to losing the genetic lottery, cilantro tastes like soap to them.
Look, you don't taste like soap to me.
Yeah.
I love me some
Right?
cilantro.
I mean,
Oof.
But yeah, it's I can't remember what the percentage is, but it's like better than 50%, I think,
Yeah.
of the population.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I'm gonna say right.
Cilantro doesn't taste right to them; it tastes like soap.
Well, I wonder if it's some of the stuff that they put on it, like when they're selling
No,
it,
it's
because
straight cilantro.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I have this. We bought this thing. It's a hydroponic garden. DYN.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And we are growing stuff year round, like lettuce, cilantro.
Hey, have you seen the
herbs,
Hungry Robot?
flowers.
So have you seen
I
theirs?
haven't.
Oh, so
I wonder if it's the same thing or kind of like along the same line.
Yeah, it is. And so like you got the white pipes and tubes
Yes.
and ultraviolet lights and
Yeah.
and the fruit
AI.
grows out of the
Yeah.
out of the side of the pipes.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah, you need to go see their setup.
Okay, that's what we have.
Yeah.
But we only have 16.
Man,
little pods. Or whatever.
man, Randy has
32.
got some amazing stuff going
But
on.
that cilantro tastes completely different than what I buy at
Yeah.
Fred Meyer's or Safeway or whatever. But anyway, I wanted to ask you, does your wife cook with you? And
So to
here
be
at,
honest with you,
at the food truck or
no,
No, lie to us, Tariq. Lie to us.
He knows. Yeah. He don't cook on the truck or
No.
anything.
Yeah.
She helps me with making the hot sauce.
Yeah.
The spice bags.
Yeah. Can you guys work together
Yes.
in peace? That's good. That's good. So that's good because my wife and I
we help each other out.
Yeah. So yes, my wife and I we had a coffee shop from. It was in the same location from 2002 until we finally sold it in 2009. Yeah.
go well, huh?
Yeah. Well, no. So we're a good team, but when it comes because it was our business, so we both had a say so in our business, right? And so, yeah, yeah. Because I'm like, so I'm watching videos. I'm downloading how to make espresso Christmas trees. I'm like, the shot has to be 14 seconds. You got to have this much creamer on top. And my wife and her crew were like, boom, let's just get these coffees out of here as fast as possible. So they didn't like it when I was there. And I'm like, the creamer has got to be a millimeter high, and it's got to take 14. They're like, you know how long it would take these lines to go down if we waited 14 seconds per shot?
So that same things with my wife. If he wasn't there when I had the restaurant,
Yeah.
or even the first food truck, she put the standards down.
Look here, man. Give her a shout out. Give a shout out to the wife.
American ways of sanitation and everything and organizing, okay, this is sanitation, this is bins. She helped me with it. And then, the temperature logs, okay, let's do it hourly because there's no customers. They're standing on their phones. Why can't they temp? So she pushed me for that. Hair nets.
Yeah.
When you get in my business as an employee, there is hair nets right there by the time clock. Once you clock in, there is sinks. You gotta wash hands.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Before COVID, I have fired people in a day or 2 days
Oh, wow.
of not washing hands.
Oh, yeah.
3 times.
Yeah.
That day.
Exactly.
Or take a glove off and put another one on.
Yeah. Exactly.
After COVID, it has gotten harder. But my wife, she did set the standards
Yeah.
for cleanliness, and stuff like that.
Do you guys go back to your home country often, or
She's from here.
right?
I don't take her back home anymore.
You don't? Okay.
No, because we have dogs here.
I
The house
understand
is
that.
here.
You know, that's funny that you said that, right? It's funny you said that because our dogs keep us locked in Alaska.
Yeah.
So we have an RV, and so we take our dogs everywhere.
yeah.
We
You
take our
it
dogs
with you in your
everywhere.
RV?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of
I
course.
tried to do that before. We had 3 dogs at the time. and
Yeah.
they were great dogs.
Yeah, they didn't like
But-
the RV riding?
It was a shit show.
Really?
We decided to cut our trip short a day because
Because of dogs?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like,
man.
I can't do this.
Oh
They don't
man,
wanna
our
be-
dogs, they love like in the summertime when the snow melts in the yard, if they're outside in the driveway, they go up to the RV door like,
Where are we going?
we going now. It's like, but yeah, so yes, we're the same way. And so our dogs are 13 and 12, so they're up there now. So as of right now, this is it because, like,
Yeah.
I want to go to Cabo San Lucas. I want to go to. I want to go back to Europe, but we. I mean, we could, but we'd
Yeah.
have to pay somebody.
Yeah.
I got a good dog sitter for you.
Yeah, but how much they charge a day though?
Oh,
Ooh, and see that's what, and so that's what turns us off. I was like,
I
we're gonna wait till
it's
they,
like a whole other like trip
yeah,
to pay your dog sitter,
exactly,
right?
and so we're not there yet. We're not there. We're
Get
gonna
it.
wait until they pass off, and until that time, we're gonna go
Take a
different
little
places in Alaska every summer.
I had 3. That's why I have a big motorhome because of 3 dogs. My pit bull was 125 plus pounds.
Oh, good lord!
My mastiff is 130 pounds.
Oh, you have
And
some
then
big boys.
I have a pug.
Yeah. Oh, a little puggy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
happened.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we have that dinette where we sit and eat, and then a couch in the motorhome. So we have a cage on the dinette and on the couch. So the two who kind of argues with each other, we put them in cage, and the
Yeah.
pug was the boss. He would sit right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then, we lost Bronco, my pit bull, in 2023 September.
Yeah.
And in 2024 January,
Age.
9.5, 10.
Oh,
I got him
really?
from a shelter when he was a year old.
Okay. Okay.
10 days, man. He got diagnosed with cancer in 10 days.
Oh, wow.
I was going to fly him to Anchorage to see if the heart people can help him. But
Yeah.
he just didn't want to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
My pug from a little puppy,
Yeah.
13 years.
Yeah.
He
Yeah. Yeah.
passed
Yeah.
on January 2nd when I was going to Portland to pick up that truck.
Oh, wow.
Same morning.
Yeah.
My wife was like, "No, you just gotta go.
Yeah.
You can't sit here and cry for him."
Right.
Now
I mean,
just have
cause like fur babies, man, like they become a part of your life, man. It's like, man, I don't want to leave my,
No.
look here, they go with me wherever I go.
Yeah, back home we have dogs,
Mm-hmm.
but they're mostly they're for house guarding
Yeah.
and hunting.
Yeah.
Other than that, like they don't let them in their bedrooms and stuff. But when I came here,
Yeah.
I just
This is what we do.
this is what we do.
This is what we do.
Because I don't have kids or anything.
Yeah.
They're my kids.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, see, we never asked that question. So never ever. No.
No, I
Oh
don't
wow.
have kids, yeah.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Man, I'm gonna tell you what though. Okay, so man, let's get back on some foodie stuff though, man. Have you ever entered any type of food truck competitions, or do you do the food truck competitions?
I only have done once.
How'd you do?
It wasn't a food truck competition. It was back in 2015 or 16, I believe.
Okay.
At the Museum of the North.
Yeah.
Here at UAF.
Yeah.
And I think I won 3 awards.
Oh, nice.
It was winter, so I wasn't doing the food truck,
Yeah.
but I was new and it was hot.
So I'll tell you what though. Last summer there was the big run that was here. And
Yeah,
you were
I was here.
And yeah, exactly. You were here and you were posted up, right?
Yep.
And so I wanted to get me some Spice It Up so bad. but don't be mad at me, bro. but don't be mad at me. I had to go with an alternative because that line at your truck, I was like, I am not waiting. I'm not waiting in that long ass line. I'm not gonna do it.
Maybe after the podcast, you'll get like a VIP.
Ooh, boom,
You got it?
boom, yeah. All
Like
three
at
of us.
Disneyland, like it's like
Absolutely.
the
Yeah,
fast
exactly. All
track.
three of us. We get like a
You
VIP.
got it. So, speaking of lines, I used to go to that soccer fields for that
Yeah.
and North Pole rally. Those
Yeah.
are the 2 biggest rallies for me. And so when I take enough people that I can post a little sign on the window. Get a plate of your choice in 30 seconds or less, or your money back.
Wow.
Wait, 30 seconds or 30 minutes?
30 seconds.
30
It's not
seconds.
a pizza place, man.
But still,
He's not
30 sec-
delivering.
But 30 seconds.
At the window, you get, like, say, if you do 5 order,
Yeah.
you're gonna get it in 2.5 minutes.
Wow.
I mean, it's pretty easy what he does because just limit the menu to certain choices.
Yep.
Have everything prepped.
No samosas, nothing like that, because frying
Right.
a samosa
Yeah.
is taking 3 minutes.
Right, right.
So
Yeah.
butter chicken, lamb, tandoori,
Oh,
curry,
The
yeah.
lamb
and
rice.
gyros.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in those type of events, it can be a helping point for food truckers.
Mm-hmm.
Look at your main items.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's rice. If I don't have rice, I'm nothing.
Mm-hmm.
White sauce, hot sauce. If I don't have it, my business is not going to operate. The cooking part, I have me and one of the other person, my helper. Just keep cooking. Look at the line, how much is in there, and just keep cooking. All right, we need curry. All right, on the stove, curry going, chana going, lamb going. I have one person standing on my rice station. One person cutting vegetables in the back station. One person on the pita bread. So five people. And since I do it and I'm in that autopilot mode, if the window says chicken curry, I have a person sitting on the curry, the rice pot. She or he already has rice in the pot.
Okay. Okay. All right.
They're talking vegetables,
Right.
hot sauce, done.
Right. Right.
Before even they swipe the card.
Okay. Okay. So look here, and so since we're on the topic of foodies and stuff like that, and you're talking about how your assembly goes, how, man? Okay. So how has it been keeping a full staff? Like, do you have the issues of employees not showing up? Not wanting to work, coming in late, causing you to have to come in at a different time, or because a lot of times, and so this is what I see. Yes, so this is what I see. The job pool that Fairbanks has to pull from are employees that are probably at this establishment. They're the reason why they couldn't open that day, or they had to open up late that day, or they had to close earlier that day because such and such didn't want to come to work on time, or they didn't. So have you had that issue? And so does it scare you about expanding?
A lot. That's why I was hesitant on getting the second truck going.
Yeah.
But, from the beginning, okay, until COVID, it was fine.
Right. Right.
After COVID, my 9 employees walked out.
But what about COVID changed work ethic though?
Work ethics,
What do you think?
they stayed
The
home.
government giving out money.
Don't
But the
give out
government, but the government is still not giving out money though. I don't think so, are they?
Well,
They
I
did
think
for
that
2 years.
They did,
Almost,
and then
yes.
wages increased. And so I feel like for a small business,
And-
you go from paying like 13, 15 bucks an hour generously to now everyone wants, 25 bucks an
Yeah,
hour.
yeah.
And I mean, okay, so I mean, you go to the grocery store and you walk out with 3 bags of food, like
Yeah.
decent, like maybe a meat, maybe some produce and some dairy. It's $100.
Mhm. Yeah.
You're
So
already-
I do,
yeah.
I do get that.
Yeah.
But I think that really hurts a small business owner.
It was
Yeah.
an
You
can't keep
international
Yeah.
policy.
Sure.
What do you? Okay, now so that does go through your mind as you
Even
think
now.
about the future.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
But at the restaurant at end, like, remember I mentioned in the beginning that I was at that point
Yes.
where I
yes.
had the people that they would be like, go home, Terry.
Right. Right.
We got this.
Right.
I got lucky with the food truck and my employees. Sure, I had, I always want to give my helpers some more help. But it just these 4 people I have, they understand me. And I understand them too. So we play together. But new people, yes.
Okay.
I would be lucky to find good people when I have the other trucks.
Right. Right. Right.
Them, we go hand in hand. I discuss with them, hey,
Because you make them feel like they're part of the team.
I'm making them a part of the team.
Right, exactly.
If I go franchise,
Yeah.
they are a part of it.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
mentioned it to them.
Nice.
This is my cook. These are my servers. These are going to be the trainers. This is with a cook trainer. They're,
Thank you. Thank
they,
you.
They
Thank
did
you.
it for me and themselves this winter.
Right.
If I didn't have those 2-3 people, I didn't think I can do it.
That's your village right there.
Yep.
That's
You know
your
what?
village.
That goes to say, like, if you're a good boss, a good supervisor, a good employer, like, people are going to stick around.
Yep. And then I have
Right.
people who started working when they were 16. Like I have a helper right now. I know her dad back from 2008.
Oh, wow.
Her mom,
Oh, wow.
she started at 16. Now she's 21 or 22.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
So when the fire happened, or even this winter, she didn't work for me, but she calls me, hey, Buttercup. She's young, but you know, they like my English or stuff. Hey, buddy, how are you doing? You need anything? My generator broke the other day. He texted me, hey, Tariq, I have a generator at home.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
I said, I got it, my friend. I got it.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
So these are my people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Derek, do you think you're going to stay in Fairbanks? Is your long-term
am-
goal to be in Fairbanks? Or
I've been here 18 years. I'm staying here until I can't move.
yeah. Yep.
The reason I say that is I have a house in Pakistan. If I can't move or function, I'm going to go. I have siblings and they have kids and stuff. They're going to take care of me.
Yeah. Sure.
Here, what am I going to do? Like, I don't have family or relatives, just a wife.
Right.
We don't have kids or...
Yeah.
So until I can function here in Fairbanks, I don't think I can imagine living anywhere in the States.
Sure. Well,
I'm
you
so
mentioned
attached.
snowbirding, so I was thinking, where was your
So,
location? where you would
Florida
wanna
was my
Florida, okay.
goal when I had the restaurant. I almost was looking at trailers. I love fishing. And I said I can have a boat and we can go to the ocean in
Yeah.
December, January, February,
Yeah.
and just live the life in summer, which is a better place than Fairbanks.
Have you been to Florida in the summertime?
Yes.
It sucks.
Well,
It's hot. It's humid.
So my wife's sister and brother-in-law, they're in Florida, and her dad Her dad owned the giant grinder here in Fairbanks back in the day. He retired in Florida with ice cream trucks and stuff in Sarasota. He owned a house there, and then the sister, they went to Melbourne. So I went to Melbourne, and they had a pool in their house.
Ah.
I was in heaven. It was February here. The day I come back,
That
it's
is the
30
goal.
below.
All right, so the first time I ever went to Florida was in September of 2013.
It's a good time to go, huh?
Still in the Army. I was stationed in El Paso, and I had just come back from the crappy neighbor that Pakistan has.
Yeah. Okay.
And we landed in Florida. I got off the plane. Cool. Air-conditioned airport. No problem. I walked to the exit. The door was open, and I thought I was going to drown.
That humidity
It
hit
is
you.
so humid there.
Yeah.
You know, you come out, you're good. You step out the door, and all of a sudden you're like, why are my clothes soaked?
Yep, you're wet. I used to play soccer in 131 degrees.
I hope that was a dry heat.
It was.
No, humid.
Humid.
The
Oh.
principal and the
Were you in
teachers.
Kuwait?
No, in
goodness.
Pakistan.
Oh,
there's
Pakistan,
the
yeah.
hottest city. It's called Kohat. There's a college. It was one of the best colleges in the country. I went there, and they had to send us home and close because we didn't have ACs in the dorms.
Right. Oh,
my
what?
God.
Yeah. So we would come to
Holy
the
smokes.
we would come to the dorms. There was three bedroom dorms. There was 10-bedroom dorms. I would soak my sheet and another sheet and turn the fan on. So I would lay on it and then put the other wet sheet on.
Oh.
It was better than AC.
So, what was the temperature inside the room?
More than that.
Oh,
But with that,
My
so
goodness.
you adopt, and then the wet sheet underneath and on top. It just
So no swamp
Are you
coolers
cold
there?
here?
Huh?
No swamp coolers in Pakistan?
No. No. And then they sent us home. And I remember to this day, like the day they sent us home, it was 131 degrees.
Gosh.
And we come back to the dorms from playing soccer. Didn't care, didn't know about heat strokes or anything. My nerves here, like,
We.
didn't feel it when I was playing, but when I come and sit, everything.
Wow.
You know what's funny is that when summer hits here in Fairbanks, it gets what 80 degrees on a really hot day.
Yeah.
And everyone, like all the ACs are sold out in the store, and you're just like, I can't be outside. It's so hot.
I
You
can't,
get like the
can't
4 or
be
5 days,
inside.
it gets up to 90.
Oh yeah.
I
We're
can't
just
take
We're all
it
gonna
either.
die.
I can't. I'm adapted to here. 80 is good, but
Yeah.
like over 80,
Yeah.
no, I'm not.
too hot.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. We have a different kind of cold and hot here.
Right.
Because of the
Definitely.
lack humidity.
Sure.
So when I was in Alabama a couple of weeks ago, and so I turn on the news every day, and I'm listening to the news. I listen to the weather, and so before I leave my room, it's like, it's gonna be 30, 32 degrees today. I'm like, whatever, 32 degrees ain't nothing. So I leave my room. And so in Alabama, there's a lot of humidity, so it's a cold.
Yep.
It's a wet
It's
cold.
to the bone kit thing.
The
Oh.
coldest I've ever been is in Chicago in December.
Yeah,
Went down for a
because it's right there
football
off the
game.
lake.
George took me down there.
Yeah.
And it was an outdoor game.
Ooh,
and I wore my
yeah,
normal
Soldier Field,
Alaska
like
clothes
Soldier
in
Stadium.
Soldier Field,
And
yeah.
so you thought you were gonna be okay because I'm from Alaska.
I
I
was
can.
too cold to drink a beer.
Yeah.
I said, I have to get out of here. Of
The wind was probably blowing
course
off
it
that
was.
lake.
Of course it was.
Ooh wee.
It was.
Yeah, that's a different cold.
It's a different cold.
Yeah, people don't understand that from up here. It's like because we got it good up here.
We can be up here in 50 below
And not
be
feel it
fine.
that-
Like
Because another thing we take for granted is we're not Anchorage, right? So I had to take my wife
that
to a
wind.
doctor's appointment 2 days ago, and they had that little. Well, not it wasn't a little. It was a huge snow phenomenon that came through a couple of days ago, and as we were landing, I'm like, "Oh, it's a lot of snow out there."
Wasn't
So
that the first snow they got all year?
bro, the plow trucks didn't plow when we got there at
can handle it.
5:30, and we got done with her appointment at 9:45. The plow trucks had not plowed, and so there's a couple of streets where you see 4 traffic lights across, and you know it's supposed to be 4 lanes, but they hadn't plowed the streets, and you're like, oh Jesus,
One lane.
take the wheel. But see, I'm here to talk about it right now. But when I was going through it, it wasn't as funny as it is right now. I'm like, I don't know. And so the people behind you don't know if you're a tourist or not. I'm like, man, I hope this is a lane. Anyways, we're getting back to you, sir.
Yeah, so Florida, he said, I seen it and I loved it. Pool with a cigar and a drink.
what's your favorite drink aside from beer?
So,
Are you a whiskey guy? Are you
so after that pre-diabetic game,
Well, in Florida,
I
gin and
enjoy
tonic.
rum, spiced rum and
Spiced rum.
whiskey. I don't do straight.
Yeah. What? You don't do neat?
No.
Oh, I love neat.
same?
Because, so the way
Bourbon
I'm
only.
thinking is that none of my family drank before
Yeah. Yeah.
from their background or genes.
Right.
I hope my liver can take it one day. So that's why, and after that pre-diabetic thing,
Yeah.
I went just vodka with seltzer water and
Yeah.
lime juice
Huh.
at home,
Okay.
not at Hoodoo.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my favorite. And then I sneak in the kitchen and I have a little Knob Creek.
Yeah.
So in between each drink, I only do one shot with 1.5 seltzer water. So
Yeah.
I'm not a big,
Right.
yeah. But I would sneak in like this much in the shot glass and just sip on it and just whoosh in my mouth. And
Right.
when I'm inhaling it, I like that burn.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's it.
exactly.
That's your Florida drink.
That's
Exactly.
my Fairbanks drink.
Fairbanks
Yeah,
drink.
yeah.
What's
Yeah.
your Florida drink?
Oh, in Florida we had so much naughty names on these little things. I can't even say it.
Yeah.
Are they the gas station like
Those
little bubble
thingies.
ones?
Oh yeah. We got hooked on it, and I brought
know
this
those
big
ones.
of a bag with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the pool, just whiskey on rocks.
Yeah.
You know, special occasions.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then those little shots. My brother-in-law, they're like, Tariq.
Now, so is Fairbanks for right now? Is Fairbanks your final destination?
It's my home.
So Fairbanks is home.
It's home.
So we don't have to worry about losing Tariq
Absolutely
and
not.
Spice
I
it up.
have people reach out from Anchorage with shops and stuff. I said, I can't see myself.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be a new
I know it's
start.
got to be pretty tempting because
It is.
there's probably a lot of like a
3-4
lot of
times.
available space down there.
3-4 times more population.
Yeah.
With a lot more spaces.
So basically, what you're trying to tell us is that it's not all about the money.
It's about
Yeah.
the people I am with.
Right.
And
Exactly.
the respect and love I have gotten here.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to say from Pakistan to Fairbanks, Alaska, and
Yeah.
this much support.
Yeah.
See, people at the fire, I
Yeah.
know them all.
Yeah.
They know me.
Yeah.
Seen pretty much, I would say, 70-80% of the people sitting here.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna tell you what though. So my job with the government allows me the opportunity to relocate from place to place every so often. So this was only supposed to be a 3-year tour for me, just like I was regular Army. All right, 3-year tour. But it's hard to find people who want to willingly give up their slot at a prime spot to move to Alaska for 3 years. So it had just so happened to where I had been in my previous location, which I do want to go back to eventually in Texas and build my forever home. But I had been there for 9 years, and so I got a phone call one day, and it's like, "Hey, man, how are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm cool." He was like, "You know what? Because I never complained about nothing. Because I loved where I was at." He's like, "I forgot you were there. But guess what? We need you to go to Alaska. You've been in Texas for 9 years, and you're only supposed to be there for 3 years. Yeah, we need you to go to Alaska." And so I had been there for 9 years, so I didn't complain. So here I am. But it's hard to find people who want to come up here. So they're like, "Look, you can stay there as long," because they know I hate moving. I hate moving because because as a government employee or senior officer in the military, you only get 18,000 pounds. After being married to my wife for, at the time, 28 years, we have accumulated way more than 18,000 pounds, but I didn't realize that until we got up here and they charged me for those extra pounds.
Welcome to my world.
So I'm not in any hurry to leave here, and they told me I could stay here as long as I want. And when I first got here, I'm like, I don't know. But after a couple of years, you're like, oh, you know what? I could hang out here for. And so on May the 18th marks my 7th year in Fairbanks.
Oh.
And so my wife loves it. The only bad thing is we got 2 grandkids in Florida, 2 grandkids in Texas. And the funny thing is, all of her. So when we first moved to Texas, we loved Texas. Her brother under her was in California, working for TiVo. He used to go around the world setting up factories to make TiVo boxes, and so he relocated from California to Texas. Mother-in-law from Colorado to Texas. Brother-in-law, her youngest brother, from Colorado to Texas. They brought all their family, and we were there for a long time. Never thought we would leave. And in 2018, they were like, guess what?
Sending me to Alaska.
So all of our family, and my parents are in California. So all of a sudden, we're in Alaska. So that's the only bad thing about being so far away from family.
Go ahead.
When you first moved, like when Alaska was still maybe, I don't know, when you were moving from Pakistan, like and Alaska was on the table. Were you
I
I
didn't-
don't know about this place.
I didn't even
What did
know
you think
Alaska.
when you,
I
what
didn't-
did you
I
think
didn't-
when you landed here? Were you like,
So I didn't-
yes, I love this, or like, I gotta get out
Exactly.
of here?
I
don't-
didn't
were you
even know
shocked?
Alaska is a part of the USA. Because we looked at the map and it's over Canada.
Yeah, yeah.
And then she comes to Pakistan and like, yeah, we're part and this and that. And I wasn't interested in leaving, where I was
Sure.
born and raised in a jailo for cricket and my dad and everything. But then like, all right, and things gets worse there. Mm-hmm. My dad is like, you need to get out of here. 'Cause
Really?
I had a white girl with me. And
Yeah.
There's too much I don't want to say.
Yeah. I totally understand and respect that. Yeah.
And one of my employees, like, you're going to go to Alaska. I don't want to use the exact words, but, they live in igloos. We're going to ride those dogs and go. So when I came here, I called him. I said, yeah, I live in a small igloo. I was in an apartment where my roof was like hit the ceiling. And yeah, I have dogs take me to work and stuff. But anyway, the day we came, I had those tight jeans, like the British. Those Pakistan.
I don't think I'd
skinny
admit that to
jeans,
nobody. I don't think I'd admit that to nobody, but go ahead, bro. Do you, bro?
Pointy shoes. My wife is laughing, but she's not saying nothing because she
Yeah.
knows Alaska. And
Yeah. Well, you're just going off of YouTube videos and Facebook posts.
No.
Well, back then there wasn't
Yeah,
really
no
YouTube.
Facebook. I didn't
Yeah.
have Facebook
Yeah.
or
There was
those
totally
things.
YouTube in 2008.
Yeah, I didn't
Was
do
there?
those things.
Yeah.
Was there?
Yes,
think
there was
so.
YouTube in 2002.
Oh,
Really?
Yes.
trying to think of when I got my first iPhone.
Well, we didn't have phones back then either.
Yeah.
They were
mean,
expensive as hell back then.
We had the dial-up internet.
Yeah.
There are
Hardly
these
look
things
up
called
Google.
computers. YouTube has been around since at least 2000 because I used to watch it when I was
We
in college.
are seeing
Really?
someone that's more technologically advanced than the
Oh,
rest
boom.
of us.
There we go. There we go.
Now,
There we go.
I have some friends that would like make fun of that statement
No.
because
I'll hail.
they claim I have an anti-technology aura.
No.
Supposedly, Macintosh computers don't crash.
Oh, yes,
Every,
they do.
Yes, they
every
do.
time
Yes,
I
they
came
do.
to visit, his computer would crash, his TiVo would crash,
Oh, no.
something electronic would
I'm gonna
crash
take this
every
phone
time I
away
came to
and send
visit.
it over here.
Okay, sir, go ahead and finish.
So I came to Alaska in November 27th.
Remember? Oh my.
And so I'm like excited.
Perfect time of the year.
Coming to America
Yeah.
and everything. And first of all, I'm on a watch list in New York because of the region I come from and the last name I hold.
Oh, so you get apprehended at the gate.
No, just 2 hours I was sitting and they're like, all right, Mr. Khan, welcome to America.
Yeah.
So that was a big one off. And that day there was some big activity going on in that region. And I saw it on the news. I'm like, holy God, do you have to do it this day when I'm coming to America?
Is it
And
your
all
first
that-
time to America
My
too?
first day
Oh.
when we landed in New York, it was like a terrorist attack.
Yeah.
India or
Yeah.
Pakistan from each other, and it was on the news in the TVs. I'm like
2007 in Mumbai.
7 or 8, yeah.
Yeah.
It was 7 or 8.
Wow.
Yeah, that would have been the Mumbai attack.
Something was going on. So New York was fine. That was my port of entry. Mm-hmm. With the wife, researched everything. New York port of entry is easy because there's hundreds of people and they just, all right, go, go. But coming to Fairbanks 28th or 27th November, it was probably 30 or 40 below.
Welcome to Alaska.
The plane is fine, the little walkway is fine, but when the door opened and the white smog and the fog came and hit me, my hair just like. And I tell her,
Like, uh-oh.
I said, wasn't there a warmer place in the USA? Yeah, so that was my first entry in Fairbanks, 27th or 28th November,
Nice.
2007 or 8. I forgot.
Nice.
It was cold,
Nice.
but I was young.
Yeah.
I went and did ice fishing and stuff.
Yeah.
Then my dad
Oh.
passes a year later.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
I said, I need to be just more of a serious man now,
Yeah.
doing 2 jobs, 3 jobs at times, because things got tougher there. Especially in '09, my family had to be evicted.
Oh, wow.
Pretty much the whole town.
Oh, wow.
was the biggest migration of that country
Yeah.
from one region to another. Walking
Right. Right.
miles, yeah. So, I had to support them for a little while.
Wow.
Dad
your-
wasn't there.
Did your family come to see you here? Any of your family?
They haven't yet because I'm doing everything legally. I
Okay.
submitted paperwork 6 years ago, and
Oh,
it
wow.
might take 5-6 more years. My
Really?
brother and sisters and mom. Mom, I can bring in 6 months, but she's
Oh, why
sick.
does it take so long though?
I don't know. I
Holy
contacted
smokes.
the guy for our senator
This just for visas, right?
for a legal visa, so they come in there like my green card people.
Sure. Can they come for a visit?
Yeah.
I don't want to mess up with their
Oh,
petitions.
because that would probably delay the
I don't want to
process.
alter it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
see, my brother is a doctor. My 3 sisters are doctors. The younger one is so smart that she gets a gold medal every year.
Mm-hmm.
The government paid for all her specialization in the surgical. She's a surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
She's younger.
Oh, she's a surgeon.
She's a surgeon.
Wow.
Ooh-wee.
Yep. So, I'm hoping one day they'll come here and I'll put them in a restaurant.
And she could like do surgeries at the back or something. How's that gonna work?
They can do their own thing. but-
Okay, so
So
Go
all
ahead.
I know is when I first got here, there were some guys from Czech Republic or whatever. They were doctors in the Czech Republic, but they could make more money working at Subway here.
Compared to what they make back there. So
Yeah.
my brother is, he does practice here and there, but he's in charge of the examination at a medical college and a professor or something. He probably makes only $1,000 a month.
What?
what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
My surgeon sister now, she's a fresh surgeon. so
But
she
but
prob-
but in Pakistani dollars, that's a lot of dollars.
no,
Though,
no,
apparently.
in U.S. dollars,
Oh,
1,000.
okay.
Now it's a whole one world thing going on. Everything has gone up. That $1,000 don't go too far.
Okay. Wow.
There's so much opportunity
I mean, it
here.
goes further
Here,
there
oh,
than
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But
So not because we brought it up, but my sister yesterday, the one who's a surgeon, she's like, just take me with you. I'll do CNA. I don't care if I do doctor or not. My wife was a CNA here. She's like, I'll be fine as a CNA because when they come here, they have to take a test called USMLE, United States Medical something something.
I see.
Yeah. So I said, yeah, you guys don't need to worry about that. Just I'll put you as CNA because I know the Pioneer Home people. I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Oh, there's so
I
much
said,
need.
well, I'll
Right.
put you guys as CNAs, and I have a house here, and
Yeah.
you guys are in good hands.
Right. Right.
The only issue they should have is depending how good their English
Do
is.
what?
The only issue they could have is how good their English is and just
So this
interpreting
younger, the
questions.
surgeon one, she knows English, and
Yeah.
she's great. But my other 2 sisters and the brother, they did their medical in Russia.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, Almaty, Kazakhstan. And so they did it in Russian. So they had to
So
learn.
they speak Russian too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Как дела? Хорошо, нормально. Это сатул, and I learned a
wow.
few words. but
Oh,
I forgot.
that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was young and still a bully, so I said, show me all the bad words. They'll teach me all the bad words.
That's what everybody learns. in
Right.
foreign language. It's like, tell me the
Same
bad
here.
words first.
Yeah, I
here.
think that's what. Yeah, I think that's how it is with all the languages, man. Like you teach me the bad words first, and then we'll go from there.
When I first got here,
Yeah.
my first friend, Dan Kennedy,
Yeah.
he's from here, native and born and raised. He taught me all the good words in America. And I would repetitively say it, so I memorized them all.
Yeah. Okay, so, and we're gonna. We're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna wrap this up pretty soon because we only have this table to 2:45. But my final few questions for you, and if anybody else has any more questions, but okay, I've got a question for you. What are your favorite Alaskan activities? Like, what do you do in Alaska for fun?
If there was no fishing and camping here, I wouldn't live here.
And so, what is your fish of choice? Well, it's like, what do you like to fish for? Trout?
Fish for I
Salmon?
wanna catch king salmon.
Okay, so salmon
I
is your thing.
I've caught a 50-pound king. I
Do
have
you
trust.
do you have any dishes that
No.
are no? Why not?
I've tried making
There's a lot of fish you make.
like back home. They have fried fish in a different batter.
Yeah.
I tried it, but the salmon gets hard.
Okay.
I've
Okay.
tried curry with it, but it just splits and just goes everywhere.
Oh, okay. So you tried to introduce like a
Yeah.
like a Indian.
Fish, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Fishing,
If you're gonna fry fish, you gotta do like
White
halibut
fish.
or cod or
yes,
something like
or
that.
tilapia, but I didn't know tilapia is like farm raised and everything, so I introduced it at the restaurant. People loved it, but then the wife looked at it. They're like, "Hey, it's farm raised," so I stopped.
I'm going to do a little plug here to Wild Alaskan Company. It's a fish subscription box that I get.
Yeah.
It's $145 a month.
I've seen that. Is it good?
So good.
Yeah.
And I get, well, you can do coho salmon, sockeye.
Yes, I've
cod,
seen that.
Halibut.
I was curious about
pollock,
that.
And rockfish.
Yeah.
I like
And
rockfish too.
Yeah, man, the
is great.
rockfish is
Honestly,
amazing.
I think that's
I
my
love
favorite.
rockfish.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
We
that
have
Wild
whitefish back
Alaskan.
home.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys aren't fishermen and you can't get out
Well,
as much,
well,
that
you know
Wild
what though.
Alaskan box,
Well, I fish.
no, we don't.
No. So I'm gonna tell you a good spot. I'm gonna tell you a good spot, but you can't share this with everybody though.
As he says this on the podcast.
Yeah, let's
Bring up the mic.
Safeway, and Fred Meyer's. Those are my fishing spots. And I also hunt there too. I hunt.
my
hunt.
gosh.
I hunt. Oh,
So-
good Lord.
Tariq is showing
Whoa,
us this
hold on.
giant fish that is bigger than
Hold
him,
on.
I think.
Hold on.
That is huge. What kind of fish is that?
That's a
the king
salmon.
salmon.
right?
You're kidding.
I'm serious.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but did you fillet it up and eat it? Because by the time they
Yeah.
get that
That's a
red,
lot of
though,
fillets,
I
man.
thought it was.
So filleted it right away and ate a few of myself, and then shared it with the
Wow.
people in the campground.
That
Oh,
is
okay. So you
amazing.
ate it on the spot.
Right? No.
Oh,
freezing,
okay,
nothing, yeah.
okay.
Where did you catch that? Was
Gotcha.
that close to here or?
I'm not telling you my secrets.
Hey, if
Tariq, okay,
it's that
so-
color wasn't close to
So he's not going to share his fishing spot. He's not going to share any of his recipes
Look here,
or the spice
Look here, I
mix.
shared my fishing spot with you. Safeway, Fred Meyer. It's all. Oh, the commissary's got
The
some good
commissary,
fish
yeah.
too.
I'll tell you, this was Platina River.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
All right, now, so does anybody else have any questions? Because I've got the final question. If nobody else, but go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just thinking it's hilarious that, when we first started this, it was, state law in Alaska here is, 36 ounces at a brewery. Since then, Hoodoo has gotten a proper bar license so they can ignore that. And we're shooting for a half-hour run time. I am now at 54 ounces.
Look here, don't tell
and,
nobody that. Don't
2
tell
hours and 8 minutes of run time.
Don't tell nobody that though. Don't tell nobody that. We're supposed to keep that to ourselves. Who we? Exactly. Amy, any closing comments?
I just want to say thank you so much for inviting me.
Well,
to be
thank
a
you
part
for
of this
being
experience.
thank you for
Tariq,
hanging out
it was
for
so
it
nice
with
to
us.
get to know you and some of your backstory. Like, it's just incredible to hear about your life and your business and what your future plans are. And I'm just so thankful to be here, guys. Like, again, appreciate you.
Oh,
and
look
thank you
here.
so much for
This won't
inviting
be
me.
your last time. This will not be
Okay.
your last time, right?
Right.
I mean, unless Brandon's kid stops playing hockey.
I don't think that's going to happen, but
Maybe. Who knows?
Mr. Tariq,
Yes, sir.
it was a pleasure having you
Pleasure.
today.
Had a
Thank
lot
you
of
for the
fun.
conversation. Amy Bender, thank you for standing in.
thanks, Brandon, for being gone.
Okay, so as with our first guest, we're going to close out with one more question for you, sir. What is your why?
Why is Fairbanks? In being such a harsh climate here,
It's very harsh, yes.
the people here is why it's keeping me here.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be Spice It Up if the people weren't this great here.
Yes. Yes.
And I will say that 10 times, to anybody. Yes, I love Fairbanks and I love my people here.
Look here, and we love you too, and we love what you do in the community, sir.
I am blessed to be here, the right place at the right time,
Yes.
and it's Fairbanks.
So, on that note, look here, Fairbanks and the surrounding community, we would like to thank you for following us and being a part of our second interview with Mr. Tariq Khan. So, look out for further. And so I will tell you this right here. We're going to break this down into segments because the first one was kind of long. So we're going to break this down into 30-minute segments, and we're going to just introduce it as part 1, part 2, part 3, maybe even a part 4 at 2 hours and 10 minutes. But yeah, so you don't have to sit through the whole entire deal, and we'll give you the option of, look here, if you guys can binge watch a whole 9 episodes of a Netflix series, you could sit here for 2 hours. But anyways, we won't do that to you. We're going to break it down in 30 minutes. But thank you once again, Mr. Tariq.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for
once again,
inviting me here.
and I am Tilden.
Jeff?
Amy.
And this was another episode of 36, the podcast. And we are out. Peace.